was crazy. All right. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time watching me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. You guys, I'm just cracking up. I'm cracking up because I posted something. I posted something on my Facebook profile and it's just funny. All right. So right now, 87% at 12:21. Just saying. Just saying. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, I'm doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. Truth be told, it doesn't really matter if you have Pisces in your chart or if you're chasing after a Pisces. If what I read for you right now, what I read right now, I mean, resonates with you, it's your call. Okay. It's your call if you want to go ahead and claim the read. I would. It's free. Claim it. It's yours. It's free. Nothing beats free. Just saying. Just saying. All right, guys. Okay. I already picked cards. I don't know why I'm shuffling this deck. I'm just woo. All right, here we go. And just a little PSA. This is a free reading. You don't get to criticize my read. You don't like it? Click off. All right. Here goes. This is an intense read, okay, Pisces? This is like a free fall into something. Um, I don't know what. I don't know what. I don't know what. Oh no, this is old. I stamped it on my shirt. Okay. So, card number 15, Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? How can you? I mean, it's such a legitimate, very, very valid question that we don't ask ourselves often enough. How is it that we're feeding other people our energy when we're so depleted? This is gonna be a real big wake up call for some people because we have this concept that if we give, if we just keep giving, if we give enough, it somehow makes us spiritually acceptable. Okay. This comes from a place of a lack of knowing what your worth is, a lack of understanding that just because you exist, you are worthy of love. Love is not something you have to earn. That's a huge misconception in this life. Trust, that you have to earn. Okay. Love, just because you exist, creation has promised you to be loved. And I'm not just talking about cuddly kind of love. I'm talking about real love where um, people can be honest with you, can help you to learn about yourself by simply being present and being honest. And this is something we need to really adjust within ourselves, okay? This is not something someone else can adjust for us because oftentimes, and I bet you when I said that, there might be at least a handful of people watching this now and who will watch this later. What is she talking about? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You don't have to earn love. Just because you exist, you are worthy of receiving love. Okay? Let that really sink in. So, card number 28, fourth house, roots. Mhm. Let's look this up. Wait, 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 wait. Michael says there's something in my notes. Excuse me. Fourth house. What house is that? Good God, girl. Ooh, oh. Okay. Reflection. It's a reflection in the beginning. Okay, this is the first stack. So, fourth house is a house of Cancer. And the key to this house is security. This is about foundations, roots, What's below our feet? Fixed assets, the home environment, upbringing, safety, emotional state. Mhm. Relationships, sensitivity. This is the house of happiness. Are you happy in your life? Have you paused and allowed yourself to be honest with your level of happiness? Um, do you feel happy in your life? Is your lack of happiness because you have chosen to have your happiness contingent on someone else providing this for you? Because really, I mean, people can continue to provide opportunities to be happy, but unless you choose to allow that mindset of happiness, you're not going to be happy. You're not. You're not. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you're dramatic. It's not because you're just, being difficult. It's because so many of us don't realize happiness is a state of being, and this is something you have to choose to enter into. And if you don't choose it, I don't know who's going to make you happy. I really don't. I see so many examples of people who have all of this material abundance, who have financial stability, who have a partner that's ridiculously gorgeous, but they're just not happy. They're not happy. Why is that? Because what they have is not enough for them. They can't find it within themselves to choose to live with a grateful heart, to just be grateful for where you're at right now, who you're with right now, what you've experienced thus far. And our desire to really call in some sort of perfection, perfection being a word that's defined by society, not by us, but by society. And by the definition of society, of movies and love stories, and that type of perfection, that's unattainable. And even if you can attain it, you can't maintain it. You just can't, because it's unrealistic. It's very much unrealistic. We are conditioned to believe that a perfect love is if the person that we're with is a carbon copy of us. I gotta laugh at that, because if I was in a relationship with myself, I'd fucking choke myself. I'm not joking. I can't stand half the shit that I do, like my little mannerisms. And it's not that I don't like myself, it's I know, like, girl, why are you doing that? Why are you acting like that? I don't know. So that's the thing. We are trying to look for carbon copies of ourselves, but we don't even know who we are. Half the time we can't even stand ourselves. So this concept of perfection that we're being told this is the definition. That's not, that's a lie. You were sold a lie. You paid top dollar for that lie, and it's time you ask for a refund, because you're paying an energy. You are paying an energy. When you pay attention to something, when you take it in as your truth, you are doing an energetic exchange. And so, yeah, maybe it's time to ask for a refund. I'd like a refund, please. I'd like to file a dispute. So, again, at the start of the stack, the first stack, we have that Cancer energy, okay? And it's talking about creating balance within your life, allowing yourself to cultivate an environment around you and within you, that will lead to you allowing happiness into your life, okay? Oh my God. That information will come out in the next stack of cards. Come your tites. Card number 42. The word wants to be written. So there's communication that needs to take place, okay? I'm just done with this whole someone's coming to communicate. Okay, when they're ready, they'll communicate. Whatever. No rushing that. I'm not waiting for nothing. You don't wait for nothing. Okay. If conversation is going to take place, conversation is going to take place. You can't stop it. I can't stop it. Whatever. Let's focus on what we can do something about. So the word wants to be written. Maybe you're needing to have a conversation with yourself. Maybe, just maybe, aspects of your higher self are trying to come forward and reawaken some of your dormant aspects, dormant characteristics, dormant coding, dormant, y'all get what I'm trying to say. There's parts of you that are asleep, and conversation between self and soul can absolutely wake that up real good. Very efficient and just such a powerful thing to be able to communicate between self and soul that will really elevate your consciousness very, very, very quickly. Those conversations are oftentimes very difficult to have. It's very scary because those conversations lead to pathways that are unknowns. Well, your your human mind thinks it's an unknown, but your soul already knows where you're going. Your soul helped to plot out your path in this life. If you can get to a point where you can just remind yourself, I trust myself. I trust my higher self. It knows everything that I'm supposed to experience in this life. I'm going to trust it. I'm going to listen to it and actually trust and listen to it. If you say that line enough, um, eventually you begin to trust it. You might still question, but you will trust. Okay. Questioning, needing a little bit of reassurance, a little bit of clarity is not the same as flat out doubting. Okay. So, next card, card number 20, limitless. It's really time for you to allow yourself to free fall into your greatness. Achieving your greatness is not necessarily climbing some sort of um, hill of goals, because we have so many goals that we set in life. Like, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. Those goals that you're setting, are they in alignment with what you need, what you are, who you know yourself to be? And who do you know yourself to be? Is it the authentic you, or is it a version of you that someone else told you you're supposed to be? For much of my life, I was told that I'm supposed to be a doctor. That's funny. Ah, yeah. For most of my life, I was told that I needed to be this and that. And, depending on the person that's talking to me, they're trying to dictate without realizing that they're trying to dictate, but they're trying to dictate who I am. And it's based on their perception of who they think I am. Oh, I got a good one. Oh my gosh. I saw this earlier today. I'm not too sure why I'm whispering, but I have to read this to you guys. A different version of you exists in the minds of everyone who knows you. I read a book that blew my mind. The main character goes crazy when he realizes no one really knows him. The gist is that the person you think of as yourself exists only for you, and even you don't really know who that is. Every person you meet, have a relationship with, or make eye contact on the street with creates a version of you in their heads. You're not the same person to your mom, your dad, your siblings than you are to your coworkers, your neighbors, or your friends. There are 1,000 different versions of you out there in people's minds. A you exists in each version, and yet your you, yourself, isn't really someone at all. Ooh, that was deep. That was seriously deep. I was like, that totally took my mind back to this period where I was disconnected from my name. As a human being, your name is your identity. I was so disconnected from my identity as the people around me knew me, that if you were to yell my name in the middle of a store, I wouldn't turn around. I wouldn't think you were speaking to me. For a period, I like totally lost who I thought I was. Everything that I thought myself to be just suddenly was gone. 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 Oh, ooh, okay. Michael says you need to know this. Emmy's not my name. My name is Mary. Where did Emmie come from? Because I became disconnected with Mary. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know her. I didn't want to be her. I didn't want to be associated with her. She was something that existed outside of me. And so I began to just um, sign my letters with the letter M. M is me. I don't know who M is. M stands for something, and it stands for me. And then eventually, people began calling me Emmie because M is me. What does M stand for? I don't know. I don't know. I went on a long journey for years not knowing my name. I'd lost my identity. And it wasn't because I had some sort of trauma. I just woke up one day and I don't know who Mary is. I didn't leave the house for almost 18 months. I'd have to be forced to leave the house. I wouldn't answer messages. I wouldn't answer phone calls because I don't know who Mary is. And until I find out my identity, I don't feel safe. I don't feel strong because I don't know who I am. And so now, the funniest thing, it was M is me. I would just sign the M. And Michael started talking about Emmie. And so I wanted to know what the meaning of that name is. Look it up. Go to urbandictionary.com and look it up. And it was my way of being sarcastic. It was my way of like, this is total bullshit. And so I was like, fine, I'll make a troll account and I'll call myself Emmie. Look up urbandictionary.com. Look up Emmie. Look up Nicolina. That shit was a joke, you guys. This was a joke to me because I wasn't ready to really figure out who I am. As I was shedding the identities that other people put on my shoulders, the only way I could cope with losing the person that I thought I was through humor and sarcasm. That's the only way I was able to cope because any other way, that would have been too much. It would have been too much, too painful, too scary. Could you imagine not knowing who you are? That's hard. That's hard. I can tell you firsthand that's hard. And so I created a different version of me where no one saw my pictures, no one knew who I was, no one who was a part of my life as Mary was allowed to be a part of that account. And because I cut myself off from my life so completely, the shame of becoming someone different than what other people expected me to be, that was gone because no one knew me. Nobody knew me. Everyone that was a part of my life after that point, they had no idea who, and it wasn't exactly that I was hiding it. It wasn't because you can see my name online anywhere. But I see now the Emmy part. Um, that was a gift. It was a gift for me to be able to release, just completely release this fear, this shame, this guilt. Because I remember one time, um, the wife of a friend that I went to high school with, um, I began to merge the two lives, and she privately messaged me. She was like, "Emmy evolving. Who's Emmy, and what are you evolving into?" Whatever it is I become, whoever it is I become, I'm gonna love her. And I'm not gonna be ashamed of her. I'm not gonna hide her anymore. And she didn't know what to say. You asked, so I answered. So now we have this card. Whew, duality. Duality. All of us currently exist in a duality, and it's time for you to begin embracing all your aspects so you can enter a state of totality. Okay. If you're still talking about love and light, oh my gosh, that's darkness. Oh my gosh, that's shadow. Oh my gosh, you're in a duality. Excuse me. The reason shadow is so vilified is because that's where most of your power actually is. Shadow and darkness is not evil. I'm not talking about casting some sort of wicked ass spell and like cursing. That's some bullshit stuff. That's human shit. I'm talking about the truth of who you actually are. You're both shadow and light made into one, condensed into human form. And it's time for you to really embrace all your aspects because you will never, ever, ever find your power until you do. This whole concept of, oh, just vibe high, just higher, higher, higher. Are you anchored? Are you anchored into anything? Because if you're not, as high as you think you're going to go, you're not going anywhere. Until you're anchored and you know where you came from, how much progress you've made, and how much more progress you're going to need to still make, you have no idea where you are. You can't tell up from down, left from right. You have no idea. So when you allow the light and the dark to do their part and you exist centered in the middle of that, you have the ability to come in like a wrecking ball, topple down all of your blockages, those walls that were erected to cause you to believe that you have limits, those come crashing down. And the fear that's associated with those walls falling, that goes away. It all goes away. You'll still have fear, but instead of having senseless fear, fear of yourself, fear of your journey, fear of your greatness coming back to you, instead, your fear will work the way it's meant to work, bringing your attention to the things that you need to address in that moment rather than just being afraid and shutting down. Because that's what fear is supposed to do. It's supposed to bring your attention to the things you need to address in that moment, not shut down. So, next stack. Let's see. Ah, yes, Michael. Yes. Oh, wait, what? Did I? 2, 4, 5. 2, 4. Okay. Okay. He told me to calm down. I hadn't pulled the card yet. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Okay. Ooh, wee. Okay. Okay. This is one hell of a message. Card number 30, serendipity merge with the flow. Your life will take you to everything you need to experience. The people who will help you in those experiences will be brought to you without effort, without trying. See, this is the most important thing you're probably ever going to hear in your life. What you need to be is you. And in order to be you, you have to stop trying. Because the moment you start trying, you're no longer you. Do I have to try to be Emmie? No. No. I just kind of am. And whatever I go through, it's what helps me to blossom even further. So the moment you start trying to appear a certain way, you start trying to reach certain aspects of your consciousness that you're not quite ready yet, that really, really will affect you. Granted, you can't be stopped from reaching the levels that you need to reach, but when you start trying, if you don't even know what it is you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, the experiences, the people, all of that, then all that trying, it's actually going to create much more struggle than you actually need. But guess what? that additional weight that you're carrying from the struggle, that grows you further. So there's no real wrong in life. There's no mistakes, there's no missteps, there's no wrongs, there's no messing up. There's none of that. It's either you're going to learn the lesson the easy way or you're going to struggle. And in that struggle, you're going to learn a deeper version of that lesson. Either way, you learn. Either way, you learn. Either way, you will be brought to the next set of circumstance. You will be brought to the next set of connections with the next set of people. And just go. Just go. Flow with it. Flow with it. Just allow yourself to walk through your life and flow with it. Okay. 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 66% at 1246. 661. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6. 66166. It's about receiving. It's about receiving. 6 is the number of receiving. Ooh, 88, 29, 2609. Sorry, you guys. Okay. I was experiencing a few seconds of avoidance. I'm over it. Here you go. Card number 13, power of attraction. So this ties into whatever was said in the first deck, which I was going to say I don't remember, and then Michael says yes, you do. Communication, transformation, transmuting the fear into empowerment, multiple layers and levels of increased frequency. This is about frequency accretion, trauma induced accretion, all those wonderful things that will really amplify your cycle of learning. You're bringing it to you without even trying, without even knowing. You are calling it back to you. There you go. You're calling it back to you. There is some sort of telepathic connection at this point between you and who, I don't know. This is a general reading. This is not my reading. This is a general reading. I'm talking to Michael. He's telling me things for me specifically. This is not this is not a Emmie reading. That was powerful. I just called myself Mary. That's powerful. That's a huge moment for me. Okay. So you're calling back all your parts, even the parts that you thought you had let go of and had no more use in your life. You're calling back all your parts. Okay. Stop, Michael. Oh my gosh, I think he's trying to make me cry. Okay. Card number 8, Chiron, healing. It's time for you to allow yourself to heal. Okay. Let go of the shame of previous incarnations, previous versions of you, previous mindsets, previous behaviors. Let go of that. If you're ready to heal, allow yourself to. And to be honest, oftentimes the most powerful, most efficient way to heal yourself is by simply seeking understanding of who you are. Super easy. Super simple, super easy. But we have a tendency to try and complicate things. That's too easy. That can't be the answer. Actually, it is. Because when you begin to identify who you are, if you've existed as a walking wound, which many of us, we now identify as the wound. We don't identify as an individual who's been wounded. We identify as the wound itself. Like, that's me, I'm the wound. And so once you begin to identify those things, you begin to realize who you are. And you release the need to identify as the very thing you're healing. And part of the reason why people They fight their self-healing process so hard is because they've identified as the wound. And if the wound is healed, they no longer exist. When the wound is healed, the wound is no longer a wound, and so they no longer exist. And that's why most people who won't accept your help, that's why. Because you represent healing for them. Your presence empowers them and helps them to heal themselves. And that's scary for someone who identifies as the wound. So if this is you identifying as the wound, remember it was 66% at something, 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 and it came out to 66166. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I shook you. I shook you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So card number 8, Chiron. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. 8 is a number of reunification. You have the masculine and the feminine. Those aspects of yourself also have to be merged. Okay. So, as a female, if you identify as female and have feminine aspects, it's okay for you to embrace your masculine side as well. And this is not embracing your masculine side is not about competing with men. This is why there's like modern femininity. Not modern feminism is so a toxic femininity. It just is. Because it comes into this like ugly field of I can do anything a man can do. I don't give a shit what man does. I am a woman. I do what I need to do, and I do it beautifully. And this is not about comparing. And just like with men, if you identify as male and you have feminine traits, oh my gosh, you're shamed. Oh, you're not a real man. What is a real man? What is a real woman? No one knows. It's this really distorted concept of very gender specific roles that you have to play in order to be a real man or a real woman. I tell you, um, my husband is a real man. You know why I say he's a real man? Because he can play the role of both father and mother. I don't need to be around. I choose to be around. He can raise our children by himself. He has the ability to provide both the masculine and the feminine aspects that children need. I'm a real woman because I'm both feminine and masculine. I don't need him there. I can raise our kids by myself. And the most beautiful thing is when you take two people who are able to exhibit a very balanced masculine and feminine aspect and you pair them together. Ooh, wow. That's so powerful. That is so powerful because there's no entry for parasitic things. You've created such a very solid, unified front. Just let that sink in. I'm just saying. So, card number 8, Chiron, healing. The wound is a place where the light enters you. Ooh, that's good. That's good. So, healing must take place before you're able to deal with your matter. Um, let's see. Okay. This is a card of great transformation. Therefore, in many ways, you are rising from the swamps. Chiron's energy says that once we are able to heal ourselves, we can also take this gift and learn how to restore others. So, really quick, that's interesting. You are rising from the swamps. We have such a distorted view of swamps. It's like a useless freaking wasteland, right? That's how we see it. Oh my gosh, the richness and the decay of swamps. It's such a rich, such a fertile space, and we don't utilize it. Why is that? Because we have been encouraged by society to only seek the superficial, seek the aesthetics that somehow present you as above others. It's time to shift that. It's really time to shift that. Um, Certain sorrows of the deep past may be surfacing, so be careful of repeating old patterns. These will tend to resurface unless faced directly, and if not faced, the pain will continue. This is an awakening time where you can resolve things. Ooh, the symbol for Chiron is a key, and this card says you have the key to open the right doors that you're asking. To do this, you'll have to work with the wounded or the downtrodden in some way, and that can be you. You can be the wounded. You can be the one that's downtrodden. So if this is true, it's now time to save yourself and others. I think in saving yourself, that's how you help, that's how you facilitate someone saving themselves by witnessing you in your authenticity, allowing yourself to heal your wounds while other people watch. Ooh, 65% at 12:56, 11:3:11. So that comes out to 7. Completion. This is about completion. This is about allowing your energy and your healing to pack into those areas where you were deficient and allowing yourself to become whole again. So, card number 4, believe. It's time for you to believe in your process. Many of us do not believe in our process. Hold on, guys. I got to take off my socks. My feet are hot. I don't know what that was about. So, many of us are actually phoenixes preparing to rise. In order for that phoenix to be born, in order for that phoenix to exist, it has to first burn. Because they say the phoenix rises from the ashes, right? Sometimes the ashes that you rise from are not your own. Sometimes it's not actually you that has to burn. Sometimes it's other people's perceptions of you and your participation in that perception that should burn. This is about you allowing the heat of your fire to help you rise. It's time. It's just time. Allow yourself to stand strong in who you are. Like, you don't have to be something, you don't have to have letters behind your name and have some sort of official title to be something. Because you're here, because you exist, you already are something. You already are someone. And just because someone else outside of you does not have the ability yet to grasp the gravity of you, does not diminish your gravity in any way, shape, or form. At all. At all. So, okay. Hold on, guys. No, that's not it. That's not it either. That's not it. All right. Yes. That's it. So we have this card. Look how it's all green. This is all about that heart space, okay? Your heart chakra is ridiculously powerful. It is ridiculously powerful. Based off of your feelings of love, you can do a lot of things. The love that I have for my children causes me to go beyond my comfort zone and do things that help bring in my greatness just because I want to be able to provide, just because I want to be able to be a mother that's worthy of the title of mother for such amazing children. So just let that sink in too, okay? Um, this card is about being a servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, and loyal. This is about service to a higher purpose, loyalty, speaking for others. Is your power real or borrowed? If your power is only a power that exists because other people say you're powerful, because other people put you on a pedestal, that's not real power. I know that I myself am very powerful, not because of energy work, not because of intuition, but because I don't need to be on a pedestal. I want to be on the same ground, same footing as you, shoulder to shoulder with you. To me, That's how I know I've entered a place of power, because I'm no longer competing. I'm no longer trying to elevate myself above other people. Instead, I want us to rise together. That's such a huge place of power. To be able to enter into that phase, that's a huge, huge step into your true power, not a power that other people need to verify, need to confirm, validate, whatever words you want to use. So follow the rules or directions given. Your higher self's giving you directions. It's giving you a set of guidelines for you to use to minimize the amount of struggle in this life. If you're not going to listen to that, you're going to increase the amount of struggle. Struggle still benefits you. It still benefits you. Use personal power wisely, question everything. Ooh, blind loyalty makes one blind. Ooh, ooh, shit. Okay. I'm being told that for some of you, whoever you think this connection is with, mm, 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 you, mm, that you've misidentified. You've misidentified. I don't know who you are or who you are misidentifying, but that's a major message that I'm getting. Blind loyalty makes one blind. Do not allow your loyalty to blind you from the truth. And you cannot expect people to live in a truthful way when they are incapable of being honest with themselves. If they can't be honest with themselves, they will not be honest with you. They just won't. Why am I so comfortable being honest with you guys all the time? Because I'm now honest with myself. I no longer need to convince myself of anything. I just know. I just know. I'm not exactly where I need to be yet with my development, but I'm exactly where I need to be right now. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to be some sort of I don't need to live up to other people's perceptions, expectations. I'm going to travel my path exactly the way my heart tells me to. Because guess what? The heart is the place where the soul speaks. The heart serves like a microphone for the soul. So you have to allow your feelings to kind of guide you through things. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. Do you need to understand why it's not right before you accept that it's not right? That's going to go greatly, whatever you answer for that, that's going to greatly affect the amount of struggle you have. And I know this firsthand. Oh, Emmie, don't be that way. I think I get this feeling for some people like, oh, that's just trouble right there. Oh, God. Don't be that way, Emmie. Don't be that way. Girl, how many times have you gotten yourself into some real stupid shit because you convinced yourself, don't be that way. Don't be mean. Is it mean because your soul is being honest with you that this is going to end up real bad? No, it's not mean. It's truth. And if you need to experience it firsthand to understand that your soul is looking out for you, by all means, experience it. I'm not going to judge you. I do that all the time. I have to experience things firsthand all the time. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, oh my God. All right. Card number 31, Solitude, alone but not lonely. It's okay to be alone. When you allow yourself and your soul to communicate, you don't feel lonely. For a large portion of my life, I felt very lonely no matter how many people were around. Why is that? Because I cut myself off from my higher aspects. Now it could just be me all day. I don't feel lonely at all. At all. Probably because Michael won't stop talking to me. Just saying. I'm not speaking badly of you. Everyone knows you talk to me all the time. Everybody knows. That was never a secret, dude. Never a secret. Card number 44, Visions of Life Beyond Death. So, as you begin to really allow yourself to take in the messages that your higher self is giving you. Whatever this reading is supposed to help you understand, if you allow that, you probably will begin to experience a shamanic death. This is not an actual physical death. This is where aspects of you that are no longer in alignment with who you are and where you're headed energetically, that part gets shed. It gets released, and it does feel like a part of you died. You're grieving these aspects of you. You are grieving the loss of the person who you once were. Whether you were right, whether you were wrong, whether you were good, whether you were bad, there's a grieving process that occurs. With shamanic deaths, there is absolutely a grieving process that occurs. And if you allow yourself to be honest with, that used to be me, that used to be me, and that's not me anymore, and that's okay. That doesn't have to be me anymore. I've outgrown that role. It gets a lot easier if you're able to say that, if you're able to believe that about yourself. Card number 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. Sacred journey. You're being taken on a sacred journey by your higher self. There will be people that are brought to you to help give you clarity, to help initiate certain processes. You won't know who these people are until after it's been said and done. That's kind of just how it is. For those who have highly developed intuition, you might get little tidbits of, oh my gosh, I think I know why this person is here. But even when you get that, allow yourself to experience with the other person this connection as though you never knew. Because what if your perception is off? What if your interpretation of your intuition, because we have to interpret our intuition. I don't know if you guys knew that. If your interpretation is off, it's going to make a huge impact on your journey. So don't travel your journey as though you know everything. Okay. Um, Michael says to give you this example. I'm like, everyone knows that. He's like, no, not everyone does. So in the Bible, they're talking about Moses, right? Moses parted the Red Sea, which is a huge body of water, when in actuality, there was a mistranslation. There was a speculation that it was mistranslated. Instead of the Red Sea, it was supposed to be the Reed Sea. Reed, which is, like a lake. Sorry, Moses. I busted him out. He didn't do that. So it really affects the way your process happens if you think you know everything. And hey, you know what? I'm not here to try and convince you that you don't know everything, because I already know that's pointless. People who are convinced that they know something, you're not going to convince them that they're wrong. Whether they're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They know. You know what you know then. I'm not going to try and convince you. But kind of just entertain these thoughts. Kind of just entertain it and see where it takes you in your thoughts. Oh, speaking of thoughts. So that was so wicked. That was a fake laugh. Oh, wow. It was a wicked fake laugh. So, thoughts. Allow your thoughts to focus your attention on what you need to focus on right now. Stop assuming that you know what you need to think about. Allow your thoughts to guide you there. Okay? These are your thoughts. They're yours. No one has a right to tell you you're thinking the wrong thing, you're going the wrong. You're going to exactly where you're supposed to go. Whether that place is a place where you're going to have a little more struggle, or it's a place where the lesson is just very easy and smooth. Whatever you experience is what you needed. I mean, this is coming from someone who all of my lessons, literally all of my lessons in life have been the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. And I used to be like, girl, why do we do this to ourselves? What, this is ridiculous. Well, because first off, we don't like easy. We like elevated. We like a challenge. And it's okay, because when I struggle through something, it helps me to learn on a much deeper level. It's not because I'm stupid. It's not because I'm incompetent, incapable, any of that. This is something This is a part of me that exists, a characteristic that was intentionally programmed into me for a reason. And it's okay. It's okay if all of your lessons are very difficult. It's okay. I mean, granted, we want like the easy way, but I mean, let's face it. Let's make an analogy with fitness. In order for you to have that really fit athletic look, you have to really, really put some time and effort into that. You have to. There's no way around it. There is just no way around it. And if you really want to have that health, you have to go through the struggles of lifting weights, the struggles of you having the mindset of, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I don't want to do it today. And that's okay. Because as you go through this, you begin to learn more about, don't touch my head. I'm sorry. Michael touched my head. Sorry. He went like this. Don't freaking touch my face. You now I don't know where I was talking. Next card, Cancer. Card number 16, Cancer, I feel. I feel Michael is being obtrusive. Personal space. hmm Card number 16, Cancer, I feel. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Um, ooh. Ooh, Cancer is a sign of the mother, and those ruled by Cancer tend to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. So this card comes up, not necessarily because I'm talking to a Cancerian, excuse me. It's because this is an energy that's being brought forward from within you. You don't even have to have Cancer in your chart. Okay. This is an energy that you're experiencing because when you try to take control and take over, I have issues with control. I'm working on it. I've made tremendous progress. Um, I recognized after a certain point my issues, my struggles with control. It's always good intentions, of course. I'm not trying to manipulate people. I'm trying to control a circumstance to minimize the struggle because I'm about efficiency and I'm also about accommodating. So for me, it wasn't that I was trying to protect people. Well, that's what I thought. I realized I needed to control because if I can control a situation, I can ensure my safety, my comfort. And because I avoid dealing with myself, I projected it out onto other people. Well, I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to protect them. No, girl, it's because you're scared. hmm I had that conversation with myself. Where is this coming from? Why do I need to this? Why do I need to that? Because I'm scared. Because there was a huge part of me for such a long period that felt as though if I can just organize everything, I'll see if something bad is coming way in advance and then I'll be able to avoid it. Failing to realize that sometimes these bad things that are heading my way are being delivered to me by my own soul because I refuse to learn these things the easy way. So, me finally understanding that everything that happens in my life happens for a reason. It helps to jog my memory. It helps to bring forward aspects of myself that I keep trying to push down. When I realize those two things go hand in hand, learning your lessons, accepting your journey, and losing the need to control. Now I'm able, if y'all talked to me a couple years back, like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to do it this way. No, 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 no. I said this way in this way. But now I'm like, do what you will. You'll be fine. Major growth, major growth. So, with this Cancer energy, you can be assured emotions are high. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who's withdrawn or depressed. There is sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated. If your question is about love, it may be a secret or involve bonded souls. Okay. Um, so family or domestic issues. I'm wondering if maybe the family aspect of it can be, of course, your biological family, extended family, your friends that you consider family, or it could also mean spiritual family, where you're not. Why are you antagonizing me? He poked my face. So Michael is part of my spiritual family. We having problems right now. It didn't start until I was live. We're having problems right now, which ties into this card. Let's see. Right now, your moods may be changeable, just like the moon's phases throughout the month, and you may want to hide and withdraw from hurt and pain. Perhaps this pain is real or imagined, but this is a solitude. But in this solitude, you will build a greater strength to face whatever it is that's holding you back. So, solitude. This is the pain. It's a communication that hasn't taken place. Ooh, some of you might be feeling angry. Mhm. Anger is the language of the words unheard. Communication needs to take place either within yourself or with another person. There needs to be talking that happens. Okay. You need to have that communication again, either with yourself or another person. Like, really, just start talking to yourself and see where that conversation with you goes. Okay. Let me just. Oh my God. He's going to have me pull so many cards. I have to go potty. So, in the past hour and a half, I've drank 3 of these. 3. That's a lot of fluid. All right. I'll pull 3 cards from this deck, and then I got to go. He just irritates me. I said I had to pull. Oh, fucking bastard. So cards, a stack of cards fell out, and I was talking shit, and I was like, "Oh, he pulled only 3." No, it's more than 3. Whatever. All right. I gotta pee so bad. Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse, narrow-mindedness, maliciousness, deceitfulness, vengefulness, a treacherous enemy, an ill-tempered person. I'm getting that this is who we are for ourselves. This is our own energy towards ourselves. For a select few, there is another individual that's coming forward soon. Not yet. They're just, they're like stewing in their own juices. They're pissed at you. Michael's saying I need to clarify for this is a very small amount of people that this information is true for about the other person. For a large portion of people who are saying, oh, that's me, someone else is. He's telling me that you, and I don't know who I'm talking to, okay? So if you get pissed off that I'm saying this, probably you. He's telling me you have to stop using other people as an excuse for your ill behavior. You are manifesting that caca that's in your chest. You're projecting it outwards because you refuse to address the blockage within your chest. Like I said, I don't know who I'm talking to, but he's saying, no, there is no other person you can blame for your own harvest. You're harvesting what you've sowed. I don't know who I'm talking to. All right. Don't be rude to me. He said I should have, I did go pee before I went live. You're just rude. Okay, justice in reverse, bias, false accusations, bigotry, severity and judgment, intolerance, unfairness, and abuse. So when you hide aspects of yourself, when you keep hiding aspects of yourself, you can't expect people to know who you are, to understand you. The only way to remedy this is by being truthful. And I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying you need to stand in your authenticity. Just be who you are. Let that shit out. Be who you are. If someone's really upsetting you, stop biting your tongue because you think it's going to hurt their feelings. For for that small group that I had talked about before, a bitch is starting to she really stewing in her shit. See, look at this. Look at this, okay? So this card came out first. This was our energy. This bitch really want to fight? Okay. And you're like, bring it on. Like it's like a fucking like a martial arts movie. Ooh, mhm. She look at that. Pimp hand is strong. Mhm. Talking shit. Trying to start shit. Don't bother me none. I'm not going to participate in none of that. Ace of Pentacles. Perfection, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bliss, gold, treasures, the combination of material and spiritual riches. This is a reminder for you to bring all your aspects back to yourself, yourself, reunify all your parts, all this energy that you gave to other people. Excuse me. All this energy that you gave to other people because you didn't want to address your own things that you needed to address. So instead, you look for someone who is reflecting the very lessons that you were avoiding within yourself. Pull that energy back. You're not helping anyone by robbing them of their opportunities to raise their potentiality. It's one thing to help someone, it's a whole nother thing to completely take over their soul lesson, their life lesson, in your attempt to help them. You're not helping them. You're robbing them of an opportunity to raise the potentiality that they can reach by learning that lesson. Knight of Pentacles, a mature and responsible person, reliable, methodical, patient, persistent, ability to conclude a task, laborious, organized. You're being asked to take in that energy, to be dependable for yourself. It's like we can be dependable for everyone else but ourselves. The moment it's our need, oh, we can wait. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, no, this is more important. Oh, no, that's more important. Oh, this person needs this. This person needs that. No, you have to be your priority. If part of your purpose is to help others heal, is to heal others, and the way you're doing that is by allowing them to witness your own healing, you're not serving your purpose. You're not. If you keep putting yourself at the end of the list, you're not serving your purpose. The whole point of you helping other people to heal by witnessing your healing is to make you your priority. And I'm not talking about an unbalanced self centeredness. You need to be centered in the self in order to be stable and grounded. Stop, Michael. He's now touching the back of my hair. Stop. You're annoying me, dude. Okay. King of Swords in reverse, a person who may pursue a matter to ruin, conflict, selfishness, sadism, a dangerous or wicked person, one who causes unnecessary disturbances and sadness. I don't know if it's because I have to pee or if it's just an intensity, but I felt that down my spine. Pisces, people who are resonating with this and not Piscean. Focus on your journey. If someone is coming to bring drama into your life, fuck them. Who gives a shit? Seriously. It needs two people in order for drama to be sustained, in order for drama to really take a foothold and continue. I know this for a fact because so many people have tried to start shit with me. I'm like, I got time for you. Maybe next week, probably not. I got time for you. Whew. Oh my gosh, someone's gonna be trying to start shit. It might be you. It might be you. It might be you, starting shit within yourself. Uh, and, I don't know that the message is that you would start shit with someone else. I think it would be like you would start shit with yourself in order to sabotage this progress that you're making. Because, we do have a tendency to do that. Self sabotage, that's high on the list of Piscean characteristics. Speaking from experience. Yes, I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I can't hold it anymore. Thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Check your notifications. Make sure you're getting all of it. I gotta go. I love you guys. Bye.